Welcome into Cedar Creek Media. Taylor Honey, JD Byrd hanging out over here. We normally have a little thing we do. I screwed it up. That's my fault, JD. Didn't have very good peripheral vision. So let's try it again. Hello, Cedar Creek Media here. Taylor Honey.
JD Byrd.
And we are happy to be here at the inaugural game of the Henderson Cavalry FC. So, JD, this is the newest semi-professional soccer team in the East Texas area, and I'm telling you, man, this is a interesting little situation we got going on here. It's UPSL soccer. They've got connections with FIFA, CONCACAF, some of the biggest names in soccer. So these are actual, prospects here. These are guys that are trying to get through the step ladder, I guess it would be, getting to play pro ball. And, this is just one of those steps along the journey for some of these guys. And, unfortunately, maybe for one or two, everywhere around, might be the end of the line. So you're talking about some guys that have got a whole lot to play for. And, these are older guys, These are guys that have graduated from college or junior colleges or whatever, These are not, 16, 17-year-old kids. These are grown men,
Yeah.
Out there playing this game. So this is definitely going to be an interesting thing for us. It's a new venture for us here at Cedar Creek Media. But one thing that is not new for us is standing and respecting the national anthem. So y'all probably not going to be able to hear it, but we're going to go ahead and honor America with them. All right, back here in the booth. So, yeah, as we were saying, this is the newest attraction out here in town, and folks, don't mistake it. It's an attraction. It's going to be fun to watch. As we said, highly competitive play, and this is the inaugural game. So if you're here with us live, we do appreciate it. If you're watching later on, we get it. Trust me, we'll be watching later on too, because the action out there is going to be fun. And, JD, we're also starting to get some – it's a little hazy out there, I guess you could say. Not hazy, but, a little light cloud spatter. But it's a nice day, so it's looking like the big guy upstairs was ready for a little soccer here in Mabank today, too.
There you go.
Well, let's go ahead and announce the starting lineup. Oh, and by the way, visiting team today, Dallas Dragons. So Dallas Dragons FC, they are, again, a part of the Division I of the UPSL. And, let's tell you what, let's go ahead and announce them first. We'll start with the visitors. Coaches William Brown, Gavin Hanna, and Dean Robertson. Starters are going to be Michael Aguiman, number 9. I believe that's number 19. They got him handwritten here for it. It's either 17 or 19.
19, I believe.
I think it is a 19. Philip Akeem, number 24. Christian Bond, number 3. I was announcing starters, not just the whole lineup. Okay, so Michael Aguiman, he is we're going to go with 19. He's a starter. Then you got Kobe Coleman, number 12. Christian Cortez is going to be in goal, number 69. Luis Cortez, number 6. Dylan Hernandez, number 2. Adrian Hernandez, number 22. Andrew Hernandez, number 10. Nisam Piguin, going to be number 9. And Cooper Robertson, okay, I guess those are 7s, JD, because there is an actual number 9 here. So Cooper Robertson, number 9, and then Angel Silva, number 23. So check back on that. Nisam Pagin, going to be number 7, and then Michael Aguiman, number 17. So apologize about that. And again, these are it's the start of the season, brand new season. They're kind of rolling everybody out. It's the feeling out of everything at the beginning of the year for them too. So these rosters and the starting lineups, I'm sure, are not set. So it's kind of just scrambled together right at the moment. But let's see. Then over on the good guys' side for your Cavalry, going to be number 1, Luis Suarez. Number 2, Kevin Alvarado. Number 32, Alan De La Torre. Number 5, Jack Torres. Number 33, Isaiah Boron. Number 21, Raul Flores. Number 27, Daniel Sierra. Number 26, David Torres. Number 10, Javier Lenore. Number 7, Kevin Sanchez. And number 16, Yael Sandoval. So, and another thing, just to go ahead and put it out there for everybody, me and JD, if you could see in the booth, are not soccer players. We were not soccer players in our time. We were offensive linemen in the other football.
You know?
So we're kind of, again, in a new venture here. When Alex came to us and, said, hey, they needed somebody to broadcast, we're still growing our wings, growing our legs here as well at Cedar Creek Media. So we said, hey, we're more than happy to grow together here and kind of invest together. And who knows, maybe one day we'll all be playing on national television together. We'll see what happens. But it is the 2025 UPSL season opener and the inaugural game for your Henderson Cavalry, just moments away from starting here. We'll hear from a couple of our fantastic sponsors that we've had here on Cedar Creek Media with us. Also want to give a big shout out to Whataburger and Padres Place, and also Sala's Place. 3 of the good sponsors here. What's up, Bobby? How are you doing, brother?
Doing good. How about you?
Good. It's the tech man himself, Mr. Bobby, works here at Mabank ISD, and I'm telling you, if anybody's ever technologically broke down in Mabank, that's the man to call. So I know they were having some trouble over there at the soundboards.
Today, so that's why I'm here on my day off.
Well, for anybody that's probably watching us is probably also a Panther fan. So just out of curiosity, I know you've been working on a couple of good things here in the stadium, working some things out. It looks like you've got some graphic figure out things going on over here. Looks like it's going to be a whole new experience this year, huh?
More or less.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Bobby doesn't brag on himself, but Bobby's got this thing whipped in shape and looking real good.
It's wonderful because they don't tell me things until like the last minute. So it was like, I put that artwork together on Friday. So
You see, look how talented you are, Bobby. If you can do that on Friday.
It's literally slapdash predefined background artwork and then the spot for one logo, spot for another logo, and we're done.
Hey, it works. It works.
I won't pester y'all too much.
No, I'm not trying to pester, or I'm not trying to not pay attention to you, Bobby.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I just figured I'd poke my head in and see how y'all were.
Sounds good. We'll see. If we don't see you before football season, we'll definitely see you then.
Absolutely. Have a good one, Dan.
You too. But, all right, JD. So looks like there's going to be a kind of a kick around here. Really? I mean, okay, we still got a referee on the side. Okay, I was like, I wasn't exactly sure what was going on. I was like, they're just going to allow everybody to kick it around and not play any defense? But okay, I see now we are ready to get the kickoff started. I saw the kickoff go backwards while I was chatting with Mr. Bobby there for a second. And
wasn't quite sure what was going on.
Yeah, but now we are officially underway here, Mr. JD. So Cavalry going to start out on the attack, trying to push it upfield, passing around out to the sides here. And again, we're not exactly soccer experts, so we're going to take the less is more category here for you folks. We'll kind of keep talk about the play that we see, but we're going to let the kind of the actions on the field speak for themselves here. As it looks like there's now going to be a penalty. I believe that touch ball. Wasn't 100% positive. Wasn't looking right at the ref when he made the call, but I think that's what I saw. Now there's going to be a chase for it here. Dallas is going to get in a pretty good position, but not able to get it out. The goalkeeper going to be able to sneak in, make a play. Just rolls it back in his own space. Cavalry going to try and get on the attack here as the pass is going to be a little wide and out of bounds. Trying to get it up to, excuse me, that was Sandoval. We're trying to push it. He had got a pretty good break on the Dragons there, but again, inaccurate pass, just not able to make anything out of it. He might have been offsides regardless. It looked like he might have got a bit of an early jump. Now Dragons going to start off here. Cavalry going to take it immediately away. Some pretty quick footwork there from, that was number 17, Eigenman, for the Dragons. Now some trouble for the Cavalry. Able to dig it out here. So now they're just going to clear it up. See what the Dragons decide to do here. And they're going to just take the simple approach, roll it out, try and set things back up. Looks like Cavalry's going to try and push. Now everybody's going to have to get back because that is another clear from way back. I apologize. Can't quite tell. And again, everything's kind of a little bit on the still figuring out side. So we'll get official positions and all that kind of good stuff later so I can make sure I announce everybody at the correct spot. So now there's a fight for it on that far side of the field. Nice pass, little back in. Ooh, pretty good slide. Oh, nope. Henderson going to keep it. And a pretty good chance. Oh, pass just a little bit behind there. That was Sierra coming in. Might have had a really good chance to score it, but pass behind now. Who's this over on the outside? Fancy work. But again, not able to make the pass on the inside. That time was Kevin Alvarado. He had some space out on the right side, but just not quite able to get it past the Dragon defense. But it is going to be Alvarado throwing in from the outside. Henderson going to stay in attacking position here. And a slide tackle knocks it out of bounds. That was number 23 down there. Angel Silva. Now another toss in is going to end up right back out of bounds, and that time it is going to go off of Henderson. Was Yael Sandoval just not quite able to get the soft touch to keep it in bounds. Dragons have spent most of their time back on defense, and that time just going to let it end up rolling out of bounds. Just kind of lost the placement on it there. That was Juan Cope de Mancia. But now the Dragons going to have it in an attacking position. That was a good defensive look there. That was number 5, Jack Torres, getting back, knocking the ball out of bounds. Because number 7 there, Begin, was in a good attacking position. Dragons still have an offense on the offensive side. Oh, gets away and good. That was really good team defense there. And they're going to call for being in the goalie's box. Little penalty is not going to stop play too long. Ball ends up, they say, out on Henderson? Yeah, so out on the Cavalry there. Say last touch by Alvarado before going out of bounds. And the Dragons going to work it back here, take the chance to survey the field, see how things are lining up for them. Now scooting it forward, trying to get to the corner. And just a little too strong and a little too far outside there. As that was Begin trying to get over and make a play. Knocked back just a little too far that time by Adrian Hernandez. Dragons still in an attacking position here, and Henderson doing a pretty good job of attacking the ball there. Not allowing him to get it off of his feet there for a solid couple of seconds. Now nice little move back to the inside, touch pass. Rhythm was knocked off a little bit. Dragons going to be able to keep possession, and again, pass just going to be a little too strong. It ends up out of bounds. So goalkeeper going to set things up. I believe that's Torres that has it. They're going to let him kick forward, but it ends up kicking into the back of a Dragon. Now the Dragons have it, send it on a cross, and they give it right back to the Cavalry here. So both teams being able to get into a scoring position, just not, make that final play, as that was a nifty little move to get the ball up a little ways. Now Cavalry have it on a bit of a breakaway, pass behind, but still going to be able to control, get it all the way out to the right side, trying to roll in. Tried to give him a little pepper there, but couldn't quite get past. Now the Dragons going to try and get it back across midfield. Ooh, that's probably going to be – it's definitely a penalty there. So that was number – so used to high school, we're not supposed to really mention anything about injuries, but this is pros, baby. So Juan Cope de Mencia was down on the ground. He's up and on his way. Now we're back to the action here. And again, folks, if you don't know how things work in soccer, it's 45-minute halves. Play never stops, but they do add stoppage time at the end of halves. So not exactly sure how they're going to signal to us what the stoppage time is, but we'll find out. Now the Cavalry going to have it in a pretty good position, but 2-minute contact there. Looks like, I believe that was number 3, Christian Banna. They actually say it ends up out of bounds off of Henderson. It looked like Banna might have popped it out of bounds, but no, as Torres just kind of misaligned his header there. Ends up just kind of popping off to the side and going out of bounds. Now Dragon's going to cross to midfield. Ooh, that was a pretty nifty move there to dribble in between a couple of Cavalry and get it right back out. Now passing back out to the outside. One-touch pass right back over. And again, Henderson doing a good job of not allowing the Dragons to get comfortable in the midfield area. We've seen a couple of scary spots down close to goal, but the midfield has been locked down so far here by the Cavalry. Dragons again going to be throwing in here. Going to get it back to Hernandez. Hernandez going to hold on to it, see what he can do with it, and got it across to the right side. Ooh, nice slide tackle there. And a fight for the ball ends in a penalty against the Cavalry. No big deal. Again, apologize. Can't quite see the numbers down there. We'll get to know everybody a little bit better as the things go. And it looks like there is going to be a stoppage now. It's a penalty against the Dragons, so ball now in the possession. Well, was in the possession of the Henderson, but it's the one thing about soccer also, JD, we're so used to seeing, one team be in possession for, at least a couple of seconds, but in soccer it can all happen so fast, in and out, in and out.
Forth, yeah.
Absolutely. So Torres again with it. Now Torres, I can remember, he's got that blonde hair sticking out over there. He's definitely put a distinguishing mark on himself. As again, from up here in this booth, it's just all the red jerseys.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell. As we're now 10 minutes into the first half here, still sitting 0-0. Both teams have had a couple of scoring chances. No shots on goal yet for either. We'll see if the offense unwinds a little bit here. It's Cavalry trying to creep it up. They've tried a couple of bigger passes, trying to get some chunks into the defense, but now have settled for kind of the more quick game passing, and they've done a better job of controlling the ball since then. As now here's a pretty good opening all the way down, heads through. Oh, man, that was almost a good chance for Raul Flores. He was right on the ball, but unfortunately, keeper able to just step up, nab the ball away. Puts another good look for the Cavalry at bay. Now the Dragons going to look to see what they can get. They're going to try and send one up. Flores actually able to get right in front of that and knock it back. keeps things on this half of the field. Alvarado now with it. Kicking up, back and through. Working towards the right side. Couple of Dragons trying to come up and attack the ball. Good job to keep control of it there. Keeps this possession alive for Henderson. And, able to bat it back, but stays with the guys in red now. Going to pass back to the back line. See if they can reset. Find a good attacking angle. Pokes forward. Quick pass. The one time. It was a good thought there on the one-time try. Cavalry able to keep it and bounce on the left side. Nice effort play. Gets it right back off the head. Gets inside. Puts it in. And shot on goal. First shot on goal we see. Goes to the Cavalry. Sails a little high, but it was a good-looking attack there. Looked much more controlled, much more in sync. If they can keep putting together possessions like that, it's going to be hard for these Dragons to stay off. Now the Dragons kick things back off, working. And Henderson able to get it back pretty much immediately, but now going to go back to the goalkeeper, Hernandez. Kind of a weak shot off of his foot. Doesn't go near as far as I think he wanted it to go. Now Dragons going to, looks like, try the same approach. Try and go right up the middle, and going to be a penalty called. You'd say there was a grab. So Dragons go back in possession. We'll have to start it off again here. It's a little back and forth here. Sitting on right about that 40-yard marker. Again, good defense here by the Cavalry. Not allowing much in the way of passing zones. They are searching now on the left side after coming up empty on the right. Hernandez trying to find some space. Has his his kick knocked away. Probably a penalty not caught there as, Lenore got grabbed on the shoulder there by Hernandez, but non-call. Letting him know about it, too, is Lenore.
He was a little unhappy.
And going to be a kick to the outside here. Again, from this angle, we can't see the back of the goalkeeper, and I can't for 1,000% say. So I do apologize about that. Again, we'll get a roster made up with positions and all that kind of good stuff. Give us more of a guess, or not a guess, but a little more information by the next time we see you. As, again, Cavalry going to do a good job of not allowing the Dragons to really even get in close. Dragons have had trouble getting the ball past midfield since about the 10-minute mark of this game. Have done a lot of defensive work so far tonight. One touch out to the right side. Met a wall of red. Now going to have to go back to a further line. Cross is going to be, it looked like it was going to get away, but it was a good job there by, that was Luis Cruz on that play that I was talking about. So, again, the Dragons going to try and push it up, and pass is going to be too far, as it would have been a offside. Oh, no, actually, it looks like there was a penalty back on the further in, so I guess it was an offsides penalty. So, again, the Cavalry going to have to work from back in their own end, working from the left side. Now Dragons going to have about the best chance we've seen for them here in a few minutes. Going to be a shot on goal. Well, if you were trying to score 3 points, you know what I mean? If it was the other football, that would have been real good. But unfortunately, it's going to sail through the football goalpost and out of bounds. So we've seen a couple of shots, one for either side now, both of them sailing. Looks like we're also going to have a substitution, as that is number 19, Alexandro Flores, coming in for number 22, Adrian Hernandez. Again, few different Hernandezes out there for Dallas. Dylan, Adrian, and Andrew. It's like there's a bit of a discussion going on here. And we're back to play. Torres had it, shifted it up. Now, Dragon's going to get possession, and ball doesn't actually end up out of bounds. It looked real close to going out of bounds. Good defensive work. Nice right there. Cavalry realized the Dragons were getting a little lazy with their passes on the back end. Go up and attack the ball, able to gain back possession. Let's see if they can get any kind of threat going out of it here. Last time we saw them down in this area, it looked pretty good, as that time Dragons able to step in front of a little bit of a telegraph pass there. Now, this could be a potential for the Dragons. They have it on the right side, trying to get it back inside. Nice little move. Kicks to the inside, but Torres is right there to send it back out. Ball back with the goalkeeper. Taps it over to his right. Your viewing left, I would say. And now two-man game. Kicks it up ahead on his horse, but not able to quite get up to it was Flores. At number 12 there for Dallas, that is Cobe Coleman. Got that long stride, rather tall player. You can see it. Just able to outrun him back to the back line. But again, Cavalry going to have it on the attacking area. See, pass back to the inside, looking for somewhere to go with it. Now tap back out. Wait for the setup chance. Thought something was going on. It was just my phone buzzing. Again, me and JD were used to being in this room during football season. We haven't been here, and it feels like almost a year now.
Yeah,
so
right?
Just trying to get back used to having glass around us and, metal walls. It's just it's a different experience from broadcasting outside.
Yeah.
As now the ball is back in the Henderson area, but a good job by the back line of the defense there to be able to tap it back up. Now ball in the hands of Sandoval, or not the hands, the feet of Sandoval. Sandoval, pretty nice little move on. Now going to send it out to the left. Trying to find a cross here are the Cavalry. Going to have to tap it back, reset things. That is David Torres working with it. Going to kick over to the outside for Alvarado. Still trying to find an attacking line that suits them as they're looking from this right side. Send it back to the back line. Torres with it. Couple of different Torreses as well for the Cavalry out there. Again, number 5, Jack Torres, has that kind of bleach blonde hair going for him over there. And then Mr. David Torres, number 26. He's been playing some exceptional on-ball defense. He's been a big part of what we've seen the Cavalry being able to come up, make those attacks on ball, and be successful about it. Got a long frame on him, long legs, so he's just able to, spread out and really be a big-time defender there. Had a stop. Didn't quite say, what was it, out of bounds, JD?
I'm not exactly sure.
Again, out of the comfort zone here, folks. So we're learning. We're learning. I picked up a copy of FIFA trying to learn the game a little bit better, but there's only so much you can do whenever you're getting your butt kicked, because you're getting annoyed that you're losing to the computer because you don't really get what's going on. I turned it on easy mode and then just started shooting with Messi, and it all worked out. It seemed to have a way of doing things for me. All right, so Cavalry, again, going to look for the angle of attack. Going to be working, it looks like, from the right side here. Don't like it, so they're going to kick it back, maybe test the left. It's Torres trying to find some space, gives up to David Torres. Looks like David going to challenge. Now send it back to the goalkeeper. Now going to walk up the right side here. Pass gets through, but ends up in the hands of Sandoval now. Sandoval again with it. Oh, tried to get it over to the middle. Ball was lost. Sandoval was ready for it. Went and got it. Now ball in the air. Played by Lenore. And, ooh, big collision. No penalties called. Dragon's going to just clear it out, send it back. Actually, okay, so they did call the penalty on the stoppage. I know sometimes they'll do that as well. But they actually assessed the foul to Henderson. So Dragons going to be going back again. Still hanging out at 0-0 as we're just about a little over halfway through this first half. 45-minute halves. Got about, well, I guess we're just now dawning on true half. You got to do that quick math, JD.
Quick math.
Instead of just knowing, you know, us dumb football players, you know what I mean? We just look up there and see the clock hit 0 and we know it's halftime.
That's right.
Or it's the half or end of a quarter or whatever you want to say. Of course, no quarters here. 2 halves. As that time, we're going to see a rocket off the foot of the goalkeeper back there. That's, again, number 69, Christian Cortez, man in the goal for the Dragons. Ball does end up out of bounds, so it'll be a kick for Cavalry, and it looks like Torres, after receiving it from goalkeeper, is winding up for it, but now going to give it back. Oh, I had a substitution. I apologize. Didn't see the substitution coming on. So that is number 21 coming on in relief. I actually don't have him on the roster here. So, yeah. Unfortunately, number 21, Bubba, I don't have your numbers or your name, so I'm not going to be able to say who you are. But him and his Dragons going to be on the attack. Ooh, got through a couple of defenders there. Luckily, goalkeeper had a hawk eye on it, able to get over to it. Now, after spending most of the first of this half on the offensive side, haven't seen Henderson get in attacking position in a while now, as most of the game's been happening around midfield. Dragons have it, trying to find an angle of approach. Able to wrestle it away. There are the Cavalry now working it up the far side. Nice move to get it to the inside. Now with it, one touch up. Good chance.
And it's going to go.
It's going to go. So off the deflection, it is the first goal in Henderson Cavalry history. And I can't see the number. Oh, goodness. So number 7, all right, they got binoculars in there. So that's Kevin Sanchez, again scoring the inaugural goal for the Henderson Cavalry. And that'll be the first lead in team history. That'll be the first home lead in home history, and that'll be the first half lead for the team in history. So let's just go ahead and name off all the historical achievements in one go, you know?
All at once. There it is.
So congratulations to Kevin Sanchez. If you're out playing bar bingo one night, you know, they say who was the first person to score in Henderson Cavalry FC history, you will know it was Kevin Sanchez. So had a fight for it there. Now the Dragons going to be working it back on the or the backside, I guess I would say. Finally get it across midfield. Looking for a way to tie things back up. Looks like Henderson a little enthused here after the goal. Playing some really nice defense over there was, I'm sorry, I couldn't quite see his number. was trying to get it before I said it, but again, we'll get to know these guys more. They've been working really hard to get to this point. You know what I mean? So now the things will be able to. Now, of course, they're obviously going to have to keep working on the field, but the heavy lifting, all the handshaking and bell ringing and all that stuff, it's gotten to the point where it's probably going to be slowed down for these guys. So we'll be able to do a little bit more. Hopefully, potentially get some player interviews, things like that for you guys in the future for halftimes and things like that. But for today, again, we're just enjoying the first ever game of your Henderson FC, and they are currently sitting ahead 1-0 with 18 minutes left here to go in the first half. And a nice poke away there by Torres. Now Sandoval has it, and he's going to just rip one from the backside. Oh, man. I don't think that was exactly what the plan that Cortez had. I think Cortez thought it was going to sail over his head. Ends up smacking him in the top of the head. So if he was about an inch shorter or had about an inch less vertical there, JD, that one might have snuck in, and that would have been a really cheeky goal there for Henderson. So off the cross, Henderson going back on the attack, and that is going to be a penalty. Probably on the stoppage, I would imagine. Or maybe they're going to let it go. We'll have to find out. Now the Dragons trying to find their own way back into the threatening zone, we'll call it, striking zone. Finally able to get it up past the 30-yard line. Nice little move to get to the outside. Flashing the speed there and ends up going over the top. Kick inside. From here, it looked like it might end up out of bounds, but it's just the angle. It ended up floating up in the air, so that could have been real dangerous there for the Cavalry, but they're able to get past it unscathed, get the ball back forward, all the way back past midfield. So the Dragons had a pretty hellacious time trying to get it just to this point. The Cavalry up 1-0, have already got it again. Now another good chance. Sandoval, was trying to put on the nice little shake. Almost had a good clean shot at the goal, but just a good job there by Cortez coming up and challenging the ball. Keeps his sheet with just the one goal on it. Looks like they're going to get David Torres that time. Just a little too much contact. Looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field. Let's tell you what, while they're taking a timeout, why don't we take a timeout and hear from some of our fantastic sponsors?
Barks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right of Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, right back here now. During the break, my eagle-eyed colleague over here was able to get that it's Luis Suarez. Now, Again, we did their, kind of door opening ceremony type thing. And now that I see that, it does come back to mind that Mr. Suarez is the goalkeeper of record for this team. Now, Cavalry again going to be in a good position. Again, it's Sandoval finding himself in a good spot with sandwiched between a couple of Dragons. It's going to be a penalty assessed. I think he just got a hook. He was trying to get around the outside and get to the ball. Unfortunately, just got an arm hooked around a Dragon. So that will end the chance there for the Cavalry, but again, they've done a pretty good job of staying on the attack most of the night.
Guess you could say afternoon.
Yeah, I
Not
guess
quite nighttime
Yeah,
yet,
you're honestly right. We're so used to doing all our games at night, Yeah, only 5:40. I don't think you can technically qualify it tonight until at least like 7, yeah? Something like that.
Something in that range,
Somewhere in that range, yeah. All right, so ball did end up out of bounds. Dragons going to still have it, still in the Henderson area here. It's a good job by David Torres just to come up, take the ball away, and just kind of bullied there. Again, using that height to his advantage, just kind of leaning his shoulder up and able to make it work for him. Now here is Jack Torres with it. Nice little spin around move. And that was beautiful to be able to get around the defender there. My goodness. Unfortunately, Dragon's going to keep it down on this end, so it will be for not much. This ball now going to be in the hands of Suarez. And Suarez wanted to throw, but ends up out of bounds. So wind is kind of blowing that direction. I think that's what happened there. Is just kind of floated a little too much. Didn't have enough MPHs behind it to cut through the wind. Big attack here. As the ball, it looked like it was, from this angle, it looked like it was on line headed towards goal. As the Dragons just kind of tapped it. Ball floated up around about the midfield area on the 5-yard line there. But it ends up out of bounds, so no harm, no foul here for the Cavalry. It's going to be a corner kick here for the Dragons. It's high up and ends up out of bounds. Off the head there of a fellow Dragon. This guy running downfield here. Can't quite see his number. I think that was number 22. There we go. So that's who they say the ball ended up out of. No, number 12. I apologize. That's who the ball ended up out of bounds off of, and that's Cobe Coleman. Talked about him earlier. So, nice block there off the back. This is number 32, Alan Delatorre, stepping in front. Eating one for the team there. Because I'm telling you, even though it's a ball filled with air, that soccer ball, if you get hit square in the back, that thing hurts.
It don't feel nice.
It does not
sure.
feel nice. Anybody that's ever done a backflop in a pool can tell that sensation is not fun. Hey, this is a nice block there. Dragons were trying to send it a little bit further down, but Flores stepped in front, kept it down on this side. Now the Dragons are going to be able to get it across midfield, but Cavalry, that's Delatorre, able to take over possession, shoots it back to Suarez, and Suarez puts on a nice little move for a goalie there. My goodness. Looked like he was going in to try and score, but it was just to get it out of his own goal. One tap pass on the outside to Flores. Flores does a good job fighting for it, keeps coming in, and Dragons able to clear the chance. Now they're going to have it around midfield. A lot of contact there by David Torres. Penalty is going to be assessed. Referee going and having a little chat. No cards or nothing, just wanted to let him know about it a little bit. Hey, you can't do that. A little too rough for our liking here. Flores tapped it. Torres, I don't think he was quite ready for it. would have had a good chance to try and maybe tap it downfield a little bit further on, but couldn't make the play. Now be another penalty, this time going to be assessed to the Dragons. Torres has it, kicks to kick things off, gave it over to Lenore. Lenore over to Sandoval. Sandoval tries to cut into the inside. Pass, ends up, looked like off the face there. Now, again, with the Dragons with it, this is the young man, we don't have his name, and he's going to put it in. So, number 21, again, don't have him here on the roster, but he is able to get the equalizer there for the Dragons. So, ties things up here. 9 minutes, 35 seconds left to go here in the first half. That's the first real strong attack we've seen from the Dragons in some time, and that time ends up working out for them.
Yeah, just able to break away with nobody really around him, and one-on-one with the goalie, he's able to find a spot.
And he looks, pretty big, like muscular-wise, you know what I mean? Like, again, we keep comparing it to our sport, football. Looked kind of like a linebacker down there, but we saw the speed. I mean, that was just breakaway speed. I mean, I don't know, man. If soccer doesn't work out for you, give rugby a try, I would say. Dragons with it again. It's funny. You've seen these two teams. I mean, it seems like after the goal, both teams have had a little bit of extra pep on at least that first couple of touches. So it looks like the Dragons moving a little bit more fluid right now. Trying to find a good attacking position. Going to get it up again to that young man. Say, if you're hot, you're hot. Now get it over to the left side. Trying to work in the corner there. Good job to tap it away there by the Cavalry. Now trying to, I was thinking he was trying to get it to where he could clear it out, but unfortunately Dragons able to be there for it. And another good job here. Now ball will be cleared. Get it across past midfield. And a lot of contact on the left side again. Some hand fighting, but no penalty going to be called. Dragons going to go back. Try and find their first lead of the game here. Again, Henderson was able to go up 1-0 for the first lead in franchise history. Dragons just a couple of minutes ago able to get the equalizer, and unfortunately for the Dragons that time, number 5, Jacob Whittington, just not able to quite control it. Ball ends up out of bounds. Looks like we are going to have a substitution as well. That is going to be number 8, Alex Brown, coming into the ball game, and I believe that is for number 2. That is Dylan Hernandez. So Hernandez is going to get a early jump on halftime here. Down to 7 minutes to go. Again, we'll have to see how they signal up to us or about stoppage time. Looks like it's going to be David Torres kicking it off from the sideline. Going to send it all the way into the middle. Nice slice over, but unfortunately nobody able to make a play there on that second pass. Cavalry still going to keep it back in this side. Sandoval with it up the middle. Nice pass through, and they're going to, big slide tackle there on Sierra from Cortez, but penalty, they said offsides was already called, so the attack will be not. It's again going to be number 12, Cobe Coleman, starting the action back off here. Dragons trying to get it back to the attacking position. Going to be lots of contact and down. Again, couldn't quite see who that was that went down, but went down hard, but able to get back up and continue on. This Cavalry not made any substitutions yet, so don't know if they will or won't. Again, we just given the starters here, so we're going to have to find out.
Yeah, right. We're going to play by ear.
And again, Dragons having a hard time getting across midfield, so they're going to reset. Determine a new formation here. Now able to push it through. So the same young man, number 21, going to just kind of poke it ahead there, but ends up hitting it right into the teeth of the Cavalry. Now Cavalry going to try and push it their own way. So that Flores tapped it back over to Torres. Now back over to Alvarado. That was De La Torre. Now Torres. So all the defenders getting a little touch in the backside.
Yeah. Working around the field a bit.
So again, trying to carefully plan their attack. Alvarado sitting down here. If they can get it across and get it over to him, now just going to go ahead and clear it down to the other side. I think he was thinking that somebody was going to be going on the attack there. I think De La Torre was expecting Lenore to take off and just didn't quite happen for him. Fight for the ball. It's heading towards out of bounds. Can Torres get to it? No. Just couldn't quite get the control. Had a chance to tap it a couple of times. Just couldn't quite get the control on it before it ends up rolling out of balance.
Oh, and a shot on goal, and it is through.
Oof. So, it'll be a lead now for the Dragons for the first time. And that was number 19 able to strike the goal, according to the announcer man over there. That was Alexandro Flores, actually a substitution that came in, scoring it in the 3-minute mark. So Cavalry going to have a little bit of work to do here. Just a couple of minutes before halftime. The Dragons did a pretty sneaky job there, honestly. Was able to just kind of get up and get through a few different Cavalry defenders. So Cavalry are looking a little bit, shocked down on the field right now, giving up that quick extra goal. So they're going to have to pick things up a little bit here. Again, this whole squad has been playing this entire half, so fatigue also might be a bit of a factor. So halftime can't come quick enough maybe for these guys. Give them just a little bit of R&R as Jack Torres does a good job to defend the chance. Now, I think that Flores was just trying to tap it back, but nobody was there, so had to go back and get it himself. Did a pretty good job of it. David Torres going for a high ball. Makes a little bit of contact with the Dragon there. That was number 11, Darwin Escobar. So going to be a free kick here. That's going to be number 17, Michael Aguiman, doing the honors. Sends it up high, ball in the air. Some more hard contact. That time it was goalkeeper Suarez taking the brunt of it. The ball did end up out of bounds, so Cavalry will maintain possession here. Dragons get it right back now, trying to get back into the attack mode. Ball in the air. Still, they've done a lot of popping it straight up in the air around that goal. So that is something definitely going to have to clean up here, is you don't want to just leave a free-falling ball right in front of your goal. Bad things can happen that way. Now the Dragons kind of passing around on this backside. 30 seconds to go, not including any kind of stoppage we might see as the ball is deflected there by De La Torre out of bounds. So taking a little bit of time to get it reset here. Now all the way down to just 15 seconds left on the regulation clock. Dragons get it in quickly, take a shot on goal that sails wide. So Dragons were feeling that shot clock winding down on them and wanted to just go ahead and take some kind of opportunity. Regulation now is officially ended. And again, I don't see any kind of stoppage amount being put up or anything like that. So y'all just hang out with us. We will let you know. Can't imagine it being any more than 2 or 3 minutes. We'll see what happens as that time. It's a big slide tackle. We got a man down over for the Cavalry. We'll have to keep an eye on that, see if he's able to get up and continue play. Just can't quite see what number that is over there on that far side. Can you see that,
It's like
JD?
27.
27, so that's Danielle. Daniel. Keep saying Danielle. We're doing softball right now, folks. So it's but yeah, so it was Daniel. You see, and when it gets in your head like that, you know what I mean? It starts becoming a bugaboo. You get things stuck in your head, JD. I always tell you when you get older, you just wait. In 10 years, I'm going to be talking to you about this stuff. You'll see. So still in the first half here, running out the stoppage time again. Not positive exactly how much stoppage time we have, but got to be getting close to the end of regulation here. Matter of fact, I called it right on the dot, as that will be the end of the first half. So again, Cavalry were looking really good there in the beginning. Spent a lot of time in the Dragons territory in that first few minutes of this ball game, able to get the first notch on the scoreboard, and things just kind of got away from a little bit there in the back half of the first half. But the good thing about that is you got a whole nother 45 minutes to come up and make up for it. You're only down by 1 goal, and again, this is your first game ever. So this is, these guys have played with each other before. Playing like some futsal and then, some like warm-up matches and things like that. Like they played Jacksonville College last week. They've had some time to play together, but they haven't had a ton of time to play together. These guys are still coming together, still learning how that this team is going to work and back and forth. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. Anytime you ever see an expansion team, it's going to maybe take a game or two, you know what I mean, to get things done, unless you're the Houston Texans playing the Dallas Cowboys. That's, again, before your time. But, yeah, first ever Houston Texans game, they smoked the Cowboys. So, but anyway, so, again, folks, we're kind of learning how everything works here. We'll eventually going to end up having like player interviews and things like that at this time. But as these guys have been preparing for this first game, didn't really want to distract them. Do that kind of thing, and these guys had to focus on what they got going on. So we'll have more kind of entertainment and things going on for you guys, but as you see, there's a 15-minute halftime. We're going to step away for about 10 minutes, so we'll be back here in the next 10, 11 minutes, tell you about the first half, get you set up for the second half. But before we do go on our short little break, we're going to go ahead and hear from a couple of our fine sponsors. Hey, Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
Kylie with Double K Photography will help you never forget all those special occasions, wedding and maternity photos, as well as family and senior portraits, just to name a few. With over 5 years of professional experience, Kylie can transform your wildest dreams into reality with pricing options available to fit every budget. Contact Kylie by email to book today at hello@doubleKphotography.studio or online at www.doublekphotography.studio, where you can also see samples from Kylie's previous works and client testimonials. Double K Photography, a proud supporter of Mabank Athletics.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Texas. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
For nearly 30 years, Carrie Harris Satellite has been the Lake area's trusted satellite and internet retailer by putting the customer and their needs first. And we here at Cedar Creek Media can attest to that. I'm JD Byrd with Cedar Creek Media, and we're not just partners, we're customers of Carrie Harris Satellite, and can't recommend him and his friendly team highly enough. Stop by Carrie Harris Satellite in Athens today and ask how they can get you set up with Dish, Spectrum, Starlink, Boost Mobile, and more at 103 La Costa Street in Athens, or call 903-677-9522. Again, that's 903-677-9522.
Timeout.
All right! Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Golden Chick's new Golden Bowl is so big, it's a whole lot of yes and a whole lot of yum. So if you like big bowls, then we cannot lie. The new loaded mashed potato bowl is a whole lot of Golden Chick, a big bowl you can't deny.
All right, back here, folks, ready to get, just about ready to get the second half started. If you were just tuning in with us, it was a fun first half there. Henderson able to hop on and grab the first lead of the ball game on a nice put-in by Kevin Sanchez. Again, the inaugural goal for the Henderson Cavalry FC. Unfortunately, it didn't last way too long. The good feeling didn't, as the Dallas Dragons were able to put an equalizing goal not too terribly long afterwards, and then even more unfortunately, JD able to put in the one to put them on top, and that is currently where we sit. Getting ready to go into the next 45 minutes of play. It is Dallas Dragons, I almost said 21. Dallas Dragons 2, your Henderson Cavalry 1. So, see, there was a reason the 21 was in my mind. There was legitimate reason there for it. So Cavalry going to be starting off on defense this half. And again, do have some different players, looks like, out there. I do see number 30 is one that is somebody. Again, we only were given the names of the starters here. So let me see if I can't do some Facebook sleuthing. They've been introducing the guys slowly but surely on their page. So as we are underway here, again, give me just a second. See if I can find that name. I do apologize. No. I will find it eventually, though, and we'll get his name over to you guys. I do apologize. Oh, here we go. Jose Kempa. So that is Jose Kempa into the ball game, number 30 down there. The Cavalry, again, did a pretty good job defensively, not allowing the Dragons to get too close into the net. It is going to be a quick whistle, though. Just saw Coach Dalton Orr walk by the booth here. Want to say congratulations to him and his Lady Panthers making it into the regional rounds of the UIL 4A girls soccer playoffs. And let me tell you, that is a competitive landscape right there. There's, a couple of guys going to go towards the ground. And a yellow card going to be assessed. Do they give it to Torres?
Looks like it.
Yeah, so it looks like Jack Torres is going to have his first yellow card of the year. Going to have to be careful now, pay a little bit more attention. Well, not pay attention, but pay attention to his actions, I guess, is more the proper way of saying it. So we've seen Torres stay pretty aggressive throughout the night, so we'll see if that has to change for him. It's taking a little bit of time to get this reset and kicked back off. So, penalty kick incoming here. Looks like that is number 8. Oh, no, excuse me. That was number 19 that took it. So, they were trying to get everybody fooled, but of course, if you play down there on that field, you're probably not too terribly fooled by that. That was Alexandro Flores that sent it out of bounds. They do say it was touched by the Cavalry, so it's going to be a corner kick. Wasn't a great corner kick, and a pretty good job there to save it and just kind of clear it up there by Alvarado. Dragons trying to find some space to send it up into the teeth of the Cavalry there. And more contact and another foul going to be given here. That time they get, I believe that was number 2 over there, Alvarado, we were just talking about. No, excuse me. I think it was number 6.
Number
actually.
16,
yeah.
I believe.
Number 16, of course, is Yael Sandoval, also the captain of this team. Failed to mention that in the first half. So Dragons again working it around the back line now. trying to find an attacking spot. Don't like it, so again, going to reset things here. Back with the backfield. Kick it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Cortez. And going to be tapped out of bounds there by Flores. Looked like it might have been a pretty good pass, if we're being honest with each other, up to number 5 there. That was Jacob Whittington. Might have put it right into his teeth, so a pretty good job there by Flores to kind of break up the flow there. JD, do you smell burnt bread? Or like any kind of like bread? Something? Or like food? Something?
Smells like popcorn.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Definitely. All right. You know, they say that's one of the signs of having a stroke is if you smell like burnt popcorn or burnt toast or something like that. So just making sure I wasn't about to have a stroke up here. So I was like, kind of scared me there for a second. I didn't know if it was a phantom smell there. All right. So back to it here is looks like the Cavalry going to try and clear things out. It's Torres going to have it. Taps back out over, and it looks like that's actually another young man that didn't start the game. That's number 6. I'll look him up here in just a second. Campa with it, kicked over. Now here is Boyan, up to Sandoval. Sandoval was cruising down the sideline there, but just a well-done slide tackle there by number 23. That is Angel Silva. So Silva doing a good job of keeping the Cavalry off balance on the attack. Now on the toss in, this is Sandoval with it. Pops back out to Torres. Jack trying to find somewhere to go with it. Ooh, lost it off the top of his feet, but nice little, I think that was a sell job there by De La Torre, acting like he didn't see the ball and then immediately peeling over and getting it away from the Dragons. So good nonchalant play. And a good physical play. Oh, going to get called for it, though, is number 6. Again, I have to go back through. Let me see if I can find him on the old Facebook page. Still waiting to this side kick here. High up in the air. Good job. I believe that was De La Torre. Was able to pop it back out. Dragons still looking for an approach here. Haven't found it yet. And again, going to just try and pop it over the head of the Cavalry. Now working with it in the middle. And ball ends up out of bounds. It looked like it might have been a pretty decent attacking space there for Andrew Hernandez. Again, it is the opening game of the UPSL season for your Henderson Cavalry. Currently find themselves down 2-1. 38 minutes left to go here in this second half. Looks like there's a penalty called down on the field, and it's going to go against number 17 there, Michael Aguiman. Excuse me. He does not agree with the call. Arguing his case about it. Looks like he is going to lose his appeal and have to just resolve to drop back, play some defense here. So Cavalry ready to start it back up. A little run up, kind of a fake out. Now again set. It's going to get it way downtown. That's Boyan trying to get to the outside. He does get possession of the ball, has it in the corner. Trying to find somewhere, kicks it in, and it's a goal! That is a sweet, sweet play right there. Set up by Isaiah Boyan and put in by Yael Sandoval. That is the equalizer right there that you needed. 2 up now. And an opportunity for the Cavalry. Again, we've seen the scoring kind of light a fire underneath each of these teams. So let's see if the Cavalry are able to capitalize on it and get down and put another one in. So El Capitan able to get the first goal of the second half for either team. Now the Dragons going to work it back up, trying to build that lead back up. A lot of fighting for the ball there. Got to like these referees letting these teams kind of duke it out a little bit. Again, we were talking about that this is, this is kind of the beginnings of pro ball for a lot of these guys. This is not, let's be honest here. And if you're one of these folks, I'm not talking bad about you. I've thought about doing this myself, but you hear, especially in, American football, you hear semi-pro a lot thrown around. And like they say on Facebook, a lot of that stuff is just, like 37U football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just guys that want to go out and play that are, in their, late 20s, mid 30s, and they're not, they're realistically not going to end up going and playing pro ball. This is real semi-pro ball. Like these kids have actually got a chance to go on and make some money really playing the game that they love. So this is about as good as you get. And as we talked about, the competition at this level is going to be fierce because these guys are trying to climb that ladder, So this is the proving ground right here. If you're a video game player or anything like that, this is, training grounds, level 1, whatever you want to say. But you come here, you show what you can do, there is a real chance that you could be, somewhere next year. Again, I don't know enough about the chain of commands and the structures and all that kind of stuff to say where you could be, but this could definitely be a good thing for you. And again, a lot of these guys coming from around the area, a lot of Jacksonville, a lot of Athens, a lot of Tyler area guys here. As, whoa, going to be kind of an interesting penalty there. That was number 19, Alexandro Flores, just grabbing a hold of Sandoval. I mean, he just held on to him, wouldn't let him go, and then tried to argue his case that he was in the right on the back end. And I just don't – you're never going to get let me put it this way. If you have your arms actively around another player and preventing him from going forward, that is never going to be a good look for you.
No.
When you're trying to argue your case in a penalty there. So ball ends it up in the air and a scrap for it on the sideline. It's got another push there. And more contact. Oh, that was much weaker contact that's not called, if we're being honest with each other. That was Kempa getting called for it. So, will be another free kick here. Ball floats high in the air. A couple of Dragons were right in the area, but a better job there by Boyan to able to knock it away. Now, Cavalry might have another scoring or another good-looking chance here. Working it to the inside. Ball's tapped. Sandoval touches it. Lenore put a shot on goal. Wasn't able to get as much as he wanted to in it. And ball ends up out of bounds. Last touch by the Cavalry. Oop, sorry. Again, trying to find the young man that we have out there. But I haven't been able to get his name quite yet. Still searching and trying to find. Okay, number 6 out there is Brian Mata. So Brian Mata out there playing again, number 6. He, along with Kempa, didn't play in the first half, but have come in here in the second half to kind of put some fresh legs out there. Now, again, going to be some contact. And they're going to say ball stays in the hands of the Dragons. I believe they're saying it was out of bounds is what the actual call was there. So Dragons will have the side kick here. Took a little time to get everything set. Now left-handed kick is going to be right towards the goal. Suarez did a good job, just kind of gobble it up. Now kicks it out to the right side, and a little scrap for the ball as things quickly got going after the shot attempt. Now Dragons going to have to fish it out from their own side. Sandoval came up, gave a challenge. It was a pretty good look there as the Dragons kind of didn't really know exactly what they wanted to do with it, and is now turned into a fight over on the other side. Raul Flores giving the Dragons all they can handle on that far sideline. Ends up getting a call, but, man, I'll take it. I'll take that aggression every time over there on that sideline.
Oh, absolutely.
So ball flies high up in the air. Torres trying to hold his ground against the much bigger man. Able to get it away. Strike on goal. Ends up ricocheting off the goalpost. Dragons able to get the rebound and ends up out of bounds. And they say last touch by the Dragons. But that was that same young man. Again, we don't have his name here. Number 21. Just absolutely ripped a goal. You know, I'm almost wondering if it was a jersey mishap because they have Philip Akeem. It looks like, because they have photos on the roster, it kind of looks like him from this shot. So I'm going to assume that number 21 typically wears number 24, and that's Philip Akeem. Now, Cavalry having to dive in and get it. Coming back the other side is a good job by Sandoval, just be able to keep it in possession of the guys in red. Now Torres with it in his hand or in his feet, kicks over to Sandoval. Sandoval, who again scored that equalizing goal off the nice cross from Isaiah Bourillon for the assist. Now Akeem with it again, just shoving Torres off of his body, gets in close, gives the cross, and that's going to be a goal. So no call, or did they? So, again, I guess no call going to be given. So the goal will go to Alex Brown, number 8. Third man to score a goal tonight. Scores it in the 28th minute of the second half. But, yeah, again, we're going to assume that that's Philip Akeem there. Just absolutely gave a stiff arm there to Torres, and Torres went flying about 2 or 3 yards, and again, can't blame him. That's a much larger human. But won't be called, so it will be a go-ahead goal for the Dragons. Now Campa with it, trying to find somewhere to go. They're just going to turn and try and go upfield, and again, yeah, now that he's even up a little bit closer, I do feel very confident saying that's Philip Akeem. The ball bouncing around the Cavalry side of the field. That is Alvarado with it, kicks up. Sierra took a took a lot of contact, but able to keep it. Now going to flip all the way back to Suarez. He reset things. Now Brian Mata kicks over to Torres. Torres trying to find somewhere to go. Nice pass up the outside. That is Bourillon with it. Again, we've seen this. Pinches inside. Oh, that time the cross just a little too far in front. Had Sandoval again in a good position, but defender on top, so I had to try and put a little something fancy on it to get it through. Unfortunately, that time just a little bit too much, but they do say last touch by the Dragons, so we'll stay with the Cavalry, but the Dragons able to clear it up. Does not make it past midfield, so we'll stay in attacking position here. Now Akeem with it, going to go try and tap back the other way. The Dragons bursting downfield. Good job there by De La Torre just to be able to wrap things up, allow it not to go much further. Darwin Escobar, that's number 11 down there, and he just didn't quite have the speed to get around. Now, there's a fight for the ball there at about the 20-yard line, and contact going to be called and going to go against number 12 there, so Kobe Coleman, not Kobe. I don't know why I've been reading that as Kobe. I've known about Kobe Bryant my whole life. I know what that name is. Cortez with it in his hands down on the Dragons sideline. Just going to roll it out. It looks like the Dragons might start to try and play keep away here. It's really been the times that they've tried to get aggressive that might have come back and bit them. That's number 20, or excuse me, number 30 there, Jose Campa. Got
getting up a little bit slow there, yeah.
Yeah, it took some contact from the back there. I believe they're saying it was number 11.
Number 8.
Number 8, okay, number 8. Alex Brown with the harm. He was able to get that goal just a few minutes back to put Dallas back in possession of the lead here. It's going to be number 10, Leonore. Taking the free kick here. Kicking it from the left side. Taking a couple seconds to get all set here. Just a 3-man front for the Dragons. Everybody's set, and the Dragon line able to break it. Kick came out a little bit low, so no jump needed. Deflection ends up bouncing around before ending up out of bounds on that far side, and they are going to say last touch by the Dragons. So Cavalry will still be with the ball. Here's Torres. Punches the ball up. Now having to work it back into their own territory are the Cavalry. That is number 6, Brian Mata, trying to work with it. Nice pass up to Sandoval. Sandoval, little touch over. Borjan getting that left side. We've seen him do this pretty well here tonight, and they're going to say offsides. So they're going to say that Borjan was just a little too far ahead when that pass was first tipped on, or kicked out. But immediately turning it over are the Dragons back on this side. Mata just one touching it, back and forth, back and forth. Just a little 3-man game here. Now going to have to send it back to Jack Torres. Torres sends across over the field. This is De La Torre trying to find some space, trying to fit it between a couple of defenders to get it up to Leonore, but not able to do it. Now Cortez going to have it back near the goal of Dallas. Again, Dallas looks like they're not in too big a hurry to try and go on the attack. So that ball just kind of floats up in the air. This might be a chance. Ooh, a lot of contact there on the head try. Akeem. Oh, that was a great job by Suarez. Akeem, if he gets it past Suarez, it's just going to keep rolling and rolling and rolling right into the goal. So great job of body control by him to be able to block it, even if it was from 20 yards out. Now, a lot of contact. Couple of whistles, some hand fighting and hand checking. That's number 17, Michael Aguiman. Not happy with the call, as he is the one that is assessed with the penalty. Officials taking a little bit of time to talk things through with everybody. Man, everybody's got their own style, but young man down there, number 10, Andrew Hernandez. My goodness. If those shorts were any shorter, it'd be a bikini. All right, so Dragons trying to get down into attack area. They're going to have it on the left side of the goal, try and get across through, and a little turnaround 180 kick doesn't work out for them. Couple of Cavalry in the area. Sandoval now with it, going to try and work the left side, going to take it right back into the middle. Big cross over to the outside for Flores, trying to get over to make the play, but ball ends up out of bounds. Quickly tossed in by Flores. Sandoval trying to work with it, gets it over to Leonora. Ball high in the air. Campa has it on the left side. Going to try and look for a cross here. Gets it. One touch. Oh, just a little too high. That was Javier Leonor. Had a chance. But off the left foot, just sails a little too high. Bangs off the football goalpost. And that will be out of bounds. So the 20-minute mark here, still just the 1 goal difference. 3-2 our score here. Henderson trying to find that equalizer. It looks like there will be a couple of substitutions. That's number 24 coming out into the ball game. Didn't quite see who came in for. Did you see who came out, JD?
Not quite.
All right. Well, the one that came in was Pedro Elizalde. So, going to bring in another pair of fresh legs here. As it was actually, looks like it was number 33, Isaiah Bourillon. I see him now down on the bench. A lot of contact there. Not given to Aguiman. Aguiman's arguing his point there, saying same contact was called against me. The Dragons again kind of holding for possession here. Not in a big hurry to get anything done as Brown floats one up. Great job by Suarez. Just kind of push it out. Fight for the ball around the 35-yard line is, oh, man. Yeah, so, again, that was Aguiman just kind of flying in the air. Seems like most of the hard contact we've seen tonight, he's been in the area, not afraid to sacrifice his body. He's got a lot of calls as well, being that for that aggressive style. Looks like we've also got another substitution coming in. It's number 25. No, I just saw that one here not too long ago. Again, apologize. I'm having to go through the Facebook to try and find. This is what was given to us. So, again, trying to have you guys better get your names out there a little bit better. Again, as these guys, they want their film out there as well. So, make sure we get the name on it. Cortez had it, kind of popped things out, and then now going to get it immediately right back to himself. Working back in their own territory. Ball now sent up. Akeem trying to get to it, and I think they're going to get him for a handball. Yeah. Came up, kind of tapped him on the wrist. Wasn't incidental. It was definitely just the way that it came up, but he doesn't like the fact that he was called for it, and he thinks he was being held. Now, Cavalry going to work with it. Again, Sandoval has it right at midfield. Gets it over to Leonor. Leonor kicks it over to Campa. Campa trying to find somewhere to go with it. Oh, the cross is going to be kicked. Why did I say dipped? Trying to be kicked over to the outside. Campa, again, somehow ends up with the ball in his hands. Now Mata fighting for it. Does have possession. Sends over to the outside. Oof, nice slide tackle there by the Dragons, but doesn't result in much for them. Is now on the attack there, but not able to make much of it. That was number 24 again, Pedro Izalde. So it looks like he's got some quickness to him. Might have been the fastest we've seen anybody moving yet tonight, at least with the ball. So it has some ball speed for sure. Now Jack Torres, who we've mentioned so many times tonight, staying involved, big part of that defense back there. Sandoval with it, has it towards the front, trying to make an opportunity out of this, trying to find somewhere to go to the inside, gets it over to Javier. Javier now going to kick wide and out of bounds. Double whistles. Didn't see there was looks like there's a warning being given by an official. I think that's number 12, Kobe Coleman. Under the advisory there. It actually looks like it's going to be a timeout here, JD. So while they're taking a timeout, let's take one with them. Be right back right after this.
Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right-of-Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Timeout.
All right! Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Golden Chick's new Golden Bowl is so big, it's a whole lot of yes and a whole lot of yum. So if you like big bowls, then we cannot lie. The new loaded mashed potato bowl is a whole lot of Golden Chick, a big bowl you can't deny.
And back to it here. 13 minutes, whatever stoppage time we are added to the clock left here for your Cavalry to try and get that equalizing goal up on the board. Did get the first goal of the half. That was an equalizer. Made it 2-2. That one was scored by Yael Sandoval, the captain of this squad. The captain of the Cavalry. I'm sure I'm not a military man, but I'm sure there's some kind of official title for that. I feel like I gotta find that out. If they're on YouTube, you know what that is. Go ahead and drop it for me. Again, I'm not a military guy, so don't rip me apart. I just don't know exactly what that position is. And knowing my luck, it's probably like, yeah, it's the captain of the Cavalry. It's just what it is. Now, oh, wow, what a rip. Can't say anything about that. Philip Akeem just, absolutely rips one down the line there. Left-footed goal that was going about 287 miles an hour. Had some bend to it. Just smokes it right past. So, not what you necessarily wanted to see. You're trying to find that equalizers. Now the work has doubled. But again, still got about 12 minutes plus your stoppage time left to play with. So you've got you got some time, but you are going to have to go aggressive and on the attack here.
Yeah, it's going to have to be quick now.
As you can see, Dallas taking their time to go back and get set, a little bit of that gamesmanship. The Cavalry right back to it, trying to find their chance again. Got to find 2 goals now. try and even things up. Going to be taken right back away by the Dragons. Akeem going to have it deep in the not able to get possession. Actually now in the corner. A good fight for it. Looked like it was just going to end up rolling lazily out of bounds, but fight for it, ends up keeping it in. Now Cavalry have it. Going to try and move it straight downfield, and that's a straight line attack. It's going to be denied. Heavy contact is going to draw the foul. Looks like that was, again, number 12, Kobe Coleman. Been a big part of the Dragons squad tonight. Now Mata trying to find a way to go. Now finds a man downfield. And, there was a good chance there. But just not quite able to sneak the goal in there for Javier Lenore. Lenore down on the turf took some heavy contact to the leg there. But, yeah, looked like he might have had a chance, but pass ended up being just a fraction too far in front. Just not able to get a good strike on it. And I believe also last touch there by the Cavalry. So a little pause in the action here to figure things out again. Oh, no, actually, looks like there's a penalty assessed, so it's going to be a penalty kick here for the Cavalry. So a really good chance here to get one of those goals back, as it is Yael Sandoval going to be lining up to take this kick. Cortez hasn't had to defend that goal too much here recently, so let's see how he's feeling. Sandoval, got him on the fake out. Beautifully done there by the captain. That will be his second goal of the game. And that will be the first multi-goal effort in Cavalry history. And it also draws you within one. So, again, we talked about you had time. You needed to just quickly find one of those goals. And you found your answer there in a free penalty kick by Yael Sandoval. It's going to be Philip Akeem starting things back off here for the Dragons. Taking their time about getting things going. Akeem trying to play a little head games on the restart. Is now, Cavalry going to be able to get it in a good position here. Have it on the outside, one touch over. And, man, that looked good. That looked like the equalizer might have had a good chance on it, but just squirts a little too far to the right side. Well, that was a good attack here. Again, Cavalry trying to scratch out one more score here. Try and get that equalizer. There is a stoppage. As it looks like I'm not exactly sure what happened. I didn't see. I
Not quite sure.
Looked over towards the scoreboard. It looks like the Dragons again going to just kind of slow the pace of play down a bit. Ball is headed back towards the Cavalry goal. Suarez has it. Akeem kind of do a bit of a shoulder there, trying to check Suarez a bit. And ends up out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Akeem. And see who's going to be doing the throw in here. Going to be Torres. De La Torre sends over to the right side. Mata trying to find somewhere to go with it. Going to send it high and deep. Sandoval has a chance to get underneath of this, and the two players just run into each other. And, yeah, that is going to be a red card, it looks like. Or no. Can't see from here if it's red or yellow. Was not a very good decision there by Sandoval as he was getting up. Kind of a boneheaded decision there. Now going to have to come off. Coach doesn't seem to be exactly happy with it either. Just kind of giving the look like, I don't know about that there, bud. Meanwhile, clock just ticking and ticking and ticking away. You will have some stoppage time, but down a goal here. Cavalry need to be, all pedal to the metal. These precious seconds just ticking away, do not help the cause. Pretty nice turnout here for the very first game. These people are wanting to see, the entertaining aspects, not the, penalty writing downs. So they're happy to see the play is going to be back going here. Still cheering on their guys, trying to get things going. As Mata had it, now Cavalry still going to have possession here. Going to have to find somebody else to come and do the striking with Sandoval out on the sidelines. Now play going to get deep into the half of the Cavalry and close to going out of bounds, but still able to keep it in. Pass a little bit too far. Cavalry going to end up with possession of it and give it right back to the Dragons. So a little back and forth affair here between the two. Now on the outside, that is Alvarado trying to find somewhere to go with it. Jack Torres now will be the man to try and send it deep. No, they're actually going to take some time. Now here we go. Now the ball is kicked well, but unfortunately right into the teeth of a Dragon defender. And now, heavy contact. That is Brown. Pretty much a form tackle there.
Yeah, just wrapped him up right there on that one. And there's a red card.
So, seen a couple of the Christmas reds come out. You got to wonder if that is in retaliatory response. As if we're being honest, pretty dirty play by Sandoval. We are proud to be the broadcasters here for the Henderson Cavalry and excited to get the start of the season going. But yeah, that was not a very sportsmanlike play there. So it has gotten chippy here in this second half. Ball up in the air. Good save attempt there, but just not able to keep it in bounds. So we'll end up careening out the backside. It will be a goal. Be a restart there from the goalie, Cortez. Goal kick. That was the combination of words I was searching for there, JD. But it looks like they're actually going to let a defender, I think that is Coleman, do the honors back there. Because again, all the way down to a minute and a half, so things just kind of creeping along. It looks like there's going to be maybe some warnings assessed. It looks like maybe there's some chatter going on down in the field. Officials kind of feeling things, getting a little heated and tense. Going to take a chance to cool things off a bit. But again, with now only a minute and change left on the regulation clock, and again, not knowing how much we're going to be able to get in stoppage time. Just kind of eating into what's been a pretty good game. This game had been really clean. It had been energetic and fun all the way up until about 5 minutes ago, and things have just kind of, the air has gone out of it.
Yeah, we've had 2 kicked.
Yeah, the excitement really seemed to end on that last goal, that free kick goal, or penalty kick goal by Sandoval, who has since then been kicked out of the game. So ball high up in the air. Mata does a good job to make a play on it, but Dragon's able to come up with possession. They're going to clear it way back. De La Torre trying to get back to it, keep things in play, as Cavalry now going to have just minutes to work with, as we are now officially out of regulation. Penalty going to be called, and that will be Dragon Ball. Again, don't have a way of seeing what the stoppage time is going to be. Looks like they're going to say penalty going to be assessed on Mata. And going to be a substitution here. That's number 8 coming on in place of number 2, Kevin Alvarado. So free kick is scooped up by Suarez. And this could potentially be the last effort here for the Cavalry tonight, as there's now going to be a penalty assessed to the Dragons. Cavalry going to get to restart here. It's going to be number 32, Alan De La Torre, kicking it off now with it in the middle, number 24. I was looking through, could not find him on the Facebook. I'm sorry, on first glance. Now with it, nice slide tackle, just not able to make anything out of it, but it does stay here with the Cavalry. Now De La Torre trying to find somewhere to go, ends up kicking it into the back of Akeem, who's going to put a wild shot on goal. I do believe that was just a time waster there. But Cavalry quickly get it back inbounds. De La Torre trying to find somewhere to go, going to kick it deep down the right side, and ends up out of bounds, as not able to make the touch there. I believe that was number 29, if I saw that right. So again, Dragons going to shoot it into the middle of the field. Want to take their time and dribble out the clock here, as Akeem with it on the right side is probably thinking about a hat trick. Puts on a couple of nice moves. And going to be slide tackled by a couple of guys. Still going through. Was trying to pick up maybe an assist as well.
Goodness gracious, just rolling through the whole Cavalry defense right now.
I mean, his touch is just, we were talking about it before. Some of these guys will move on to go play, higher and higher and higher levels. And he looks like he might be one that might be playing in another level one of these days here.
I don't know if it'll be the same sport, though. He is just shoulder checking everybody.
I'm telling you, hockey, rugby, football, whatever, man, they'll take you. They will take you. Matter of fact, what about Olympic wrestling? How's that sound? Now,
maybe.
Now it's just, we got to be honest, that was a bit of a flop there. Mata did put a little contact into number 10 there. That was Andrew Hernandez, but Hernandez fell like he was just shot in the back by a sniper. So again, in stoppage time here, and stoppage time has not exactly moved along smoothly, we'll say. As there's going to be, it looks like a corner kick. See who's going to be doing the honors. Looks like it is going to be number 10, Hernandez. They're just going to kind of tap it over. Hold it in the corner. Akeem with it. Again, just trying to run the clock out. Ball ends up out of bounds as Hernandez tried to just back kick it to Akeem. Akeem wasn't in the right, well, pass wasn't in the right spot for Akeem to get it. Throw in down on this side. Ball going to be punched to the middle. That's Lenore with it. Going to try and find somebody to get it to. Ball is kicked up and out. Ends up under the bleachers over there. Hopefully somebody is able to get under there, because I can tell you, it ain't me. I ain't small enough for that. And so last-ditch effort here by the Cavalry. Again, even if they're not able to come back and get this equalizing score, first game ever. First time these guys are playing with each other in this league against this style of competition, you know. So to come in, only go down, 4-3 if that is the way it stands. I mean, that's something you can hold your head about. It looks like there's going to be another penalty called. The penalty is going to be assessed on Henderson. There was a couple of different sets of contact there, but they are going to call the first. Now down the far side and out of bounds. So again, Dallas not really trying to do anything offensively other than keep it away from Henderson. Now Della Torre going to send it over to the right side. Kicks through the middle trying to get to Lenore. And we have another ball. Ends up. Well, first it looked like it was going to be on top of the bleachers and ended up bouncing around.
All the way back
going
down.
all the way down, yeah. Mata now with it. Going to send over to the side. De La Torre sends over near side. So again, Cavalry trying to find a position of strength to attack from, but at this point, time running out, just got to get something going. And going to be hit well out of bounds, a little high. End up all the way over there and about the thrower's pit there. Might have been your last best chance in this one, but never say never, JD. Dallas sends it high. Hernandez loses the battle, but Dragons able to win the war and get possession. Send it all the way down to Suarez. Suarez just taps it over. Ball sent down the middle. Leonore had it. Shoots to the outside. That is number 8. Fighting for the ball, but never able to get around Akeem. Again, Akeem just such a large player, especially for soccer, And that's the way it's going to end. So, again, your Cavalry not able to pick up the win in their very first game, but they played a tough game. And I tell you this, if anybody out there is watching that, just the attitude, what they're seeing, the physicality that they went through tonight, I mean, it's obvious that these aren't some push-around guys, you know what I mean? No matter what, this team may be new. They may be, still trying to jive and gel and put things all together, but they're obviously a super talented group. They can play with anybody. They can play just about any style you want to do, and, they've got a bright future building up for them.
Absolutely.
Well, JD, it has been fun. It's been our first experience broadcasting soccer together. So, again, folks, we know, we're not dumb. We know this wasn't the most fantastic soccer broadcast you've ever watched or heard or anything. We're under no delusions that, we're some great powerhouse soccer thing. But what we'll tell you is that we'll keep getting better, just like this team. We'll keep making things happen. And you know what? We'll also keep being free.
That's right.
Well, again, from here at Panthers Stadium, Henderson Cavalry losing their inaugural game 4-3, but we're proud of these guys and be excited to watch what the future continues to hold for these guys. Well, all right, folks, for Cedar Creek Media, I'm Taylor Honey.
I'm JD Byrd.
We appreciate you, and